this time on Hobby News, we're doing the pre-orders for the 22nd of February with lots of Black Library books.
Hello, welcome to Hobby Journeys. So as normal, we're going to be looking at the Warhammer pre-orders that are going up on Saturday, which is the 22nd of February, I believe. Lots of Black Library stuff to look forward to. I mean, normally we just skip past all the books, but it's not just books. It's going to be fine. Should we get into it? Let's do it, eh? It's the Black Library celebration, apparently. So lots of Black Library stuff. It's going to be lots of books, but it isn't just books. We have miniatures. So we have this Imperial Guard command squad. I believe it's themed around one of the characters in the books. It's not a book I've ever looked at, to be honest, or read, so I can't tell you much about it. Milcalesque of the Cadian 101st, apparently. So these are Cadians. What are you thinking to these guys, Matthew?
They look okay.
Any of these that particularly stand out to you? I like this commissar. I think he's quite cool. I mean, like I say, I'm sure that these guys are all guys out of the novel, and I'm sure that's really exciting if you've read it and you really like these characters. I've not read them, so I don't know.
We don't read any books.
Well, I do read the Horus. I am working my way slowly through the Horus Heresy book, very slowly.
You said that about 2 years ago.
I am working. It is a work in progress, Matthew. It is a work in progress. But I do like this commissar. He's quite cool. He's looks very stern. What are you thinking?
He looks a bit angry.
He looks a bit angry. What about the other guys? What do you think?
I like her.
You like? I think that's what's she called? Mincalesque of the Cadian. Yeah, that's her. She's probably the lead character, I imagine. Any others take your fancy? No. Do you think? Could you see yourself buying this? Do you think?
Depending on the price.
Depends on the price. Well, yeah. I mean, you are looking to get some Imperial Guardsmen, but I think you're aiming more towards the Krieg, aren't you? I think Krieg is overtaken you because you did quite like the Cadians, didn't you? You were quite into the idea of getting some Cadians, but I think Krieg is just wiped out for you. Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it?
Trenches. Who wouldn't want it?
World War One in 40,000. You know, it's quite a thing. But yeah, I think these guys are fine. I mean, I quite like the idea of being able to put a command squad into your Imperial Guard army that's made up of sort of characters out of books you could go and read about them as named characters. Although I do quite like making my own lore up about my characters, just sort of inventing my own stories. So, you know, that's the thing. So we've also got Hell's Last. Yeah. That's a Mincalesque novel.
It is.
That's her, isn't it? This is her. Yeah, fine. Sure, it's fine. Got a special edition.
Anyone does Warhammer for books, Dad.
I think there's a lot of people who are very much into the lore, and that's what they're interested in. To be honest,
into the lore doesn't mean they read the books.
No, but I think that's mainly what it means. There are definitely lots of people who are very, very into the Horus Heresy books. Your Uncle Steve, for instance, he mainly just reads the books. Another character, Melantha Witchblade and Shade of Cain. This is from Age of Sigmar, I think. Don't know what to say about this. Something about Age of Sigmar. Don't know anything about it. Not read the book. Never going to read the book, probably. I do quite like a lot of the lore about Age of Sigmar. I watched another YouTube channel called 2+ Tough, I think it was called. He summarised all of the Age of Sigmar books. It's very good. Liked it. Yeah. Better in the summary. You know, get through it quicker. It's the thing. Anyway, so a book coming along with that. We've got. What is it? Oh, is this an anthology? It says free. Anthology. It's saying this is free. I like the sound of free.
Can we get that?
If you buy a book during the Black Library celebration, we'll get a free anthology of short stories.
Buy a book.
So basically, buy a book, get one free.
Go get a book.
I might buy a book. We'll see.
Go buy a book.
The art of what I'm quite into this.
Buy that. Yeah, buy that.
You want me to get that?
And I'll take the other book. Yeah.
Yeah, I do quite like just look at the nice pictures. Really, I've got a load of those sort of books though. I mean, basically, most Warhammer codexes, copies of White Dwarf are basically just that.
Wait, do codex count as books?
No, it's not Black Library.
Oh.
This is very much. This is.
Buy that
this is on the cover.
Buy that.
I might do. I'll have a look how much it is.
Buy it now.
We'll see.
Right, now.
Blood of the Imperium. What is this one? It's another anthology of stories. I like the artwork.
Is that one free?
If you look behind us, Matthew, I think we've got that artwork. Is that one?
Yeah.
That one there? Yeah.
Is this one free?
No. It is.
Oh man.
It's still a thing. Yeah, it's an anthology of short stories. Fine. Yeah, it's good.
Well, that one is that
15
free?
hours? No. I think we're being past the one free thing.
Oh.
More books. I do like I like Gotrek. Why
don't you buy that book then?
I don't know what the lore of this is, but Gotrek was definitely a thing of Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Age of Sigmar was set much later.
I finally found the name of that woman. Do you remember when we saw the
I think so.
Well, and we never knew her name.
So Gotrek used to have a buddy back in the Fantasy Battle days. You know, he's been Gotrek and insert the name of his buddy here, I can't remember. Have been around for many years. Was featured in a lot of stories. Quite prominent in Warhammer fantasy role playing, I think, back in the day. But yeah, there were the two buddies. I think he's got a new buddy. I'm guessing Gotrek has just lived forever or whatever. I don't know the law.
You should buy that book, totally. You should definitely buy that book.
You just want the free. Yeah, but you know the free thing is just another book.
Yeah, so I want the free book.
No, you want the free because it's free.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Well, there we go.
Get a book.
Then we've got Grey Seer. Is this an old world one? Could be, or maybe it's not.
No, go.
Oh yeah, he's plotting to poison the city of Altdorf. So that is Warhammer Fantasy Battle sort of thing, or old world.
Big rats.
It's Skaven.
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 Like Skaven.
I do like Skaven. Big fan of Skaven. This is featuring
Grey
Seer.
Do you like Skaven so much because it reminds you of Jelly Bean?
A little bit, little rat dog, sort of. This is about Grey Seer Thankful, who's quite a prominent character, who I'm a bit of a fan of, so, you know, that's good. He used to have a big pet rat ogre, like huge rat ogre, massive. Yeah,
it's like Mummy has with you.
Bone splitter or something.
It's like Mum has with you.
Pretty much, yeah. Then what about, Dan Abnett. We like Dan Abnett. He's very good.
You're going to buy that one then?
You never know. You never know. I've got some releases in French and German. All those things, I think, in French and German.
I know German.
Here we go. We're into the meat of it. We've got some miniatures.
Oh, there's actual miniatures now?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the new thing. So we've seen these guys before. We've seen this... I'm not sure if this is a new variant we haven't seen. So we've got this Thanatar Calyx Siege Automator. That's what this fella is. Big guns. I do like this guy.
No, these are all different versions. Wait, no, that one isn't. I think these two are different.
No,
that's new.
But they're all new-ish. I think this is a new variant of it. We've seen this before.
No, that's what I meant. I think that one's not an original variant. I think that's the one we've seen. I think that one's obviously new because we've never seen that. I think that's a different variant.
Yeah, I think so. I think this fella here is a variant of the tank we've already seen. He's got these guns on the side. I quite like the way they sort of got these mechanical arms that are hanging guns. Just a different way of doing it.
I don't like the Mechanicus though.
Do you not like the Mechanicus?
Because in Space Marine 2 they keep messing up things.
Oh, do they? Oh, naughty Mechanicus. Well, you know, I think they're cool.
They almost killed millions of people.
Did they?
On this big power plant that they had.
Yeah.
This is spoilers, so Dad put a timestamp.
Okay.
So you can skip over the spoilers. The mission I've just done, there was this big blue orb. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
You might know what it's called.
I don't know. I'm not.
It spins really fast.
Okay,
like
I don't know.
And,
I don't know.
And they were told to retrieve information about this guy's place, but because the Mechanicus had left it on before they fled, and the Terminus decided to attack it to try and make all the people die below. It almost melted down. It would have been times 10 the amount of Chernobyl radiation.
Very good. Well, there you go.
So put timestamp for spoilers.
Will do. Yeah, so we've got this. So we've got this big robot. This is the Siege Automator. Yeah, cool. I like that model. It's good. Not so keen on this new gun.
I like it.
You like it? It's alright. It's got a little
tiny
guy.
Little tank.
It's got a little guy.
It's like a tiny tank.
It is it's basically like a little artillery piece sort of thing. Little guy
tiny
driving
tank.
it. I quite like this tank. It's fine.
I mean, would that not be dangerous having exposed parts of the tank?
It's not real, is it? Probably. Yeah, I mean, you'd probably want to be putting some armour plated across it, but I'm sure there's all sorts of bits that don't make sense as well, so, you know, it's a thing.
I mean, yeah, one of them is why are they using tracks? Like that shape, I meant. Like,
that shape of track? Well,
yeah.
Maybe it's a good shape of track to have. What shape
it,
would you have?
The one that tanks use nowadays.
Well, it's pretty much this shape, just sort of reversed round a bit, really.
Well,
it's not a lot different.
It is pretty different.
See, the idea here is normally if you have them facing this way with this bit first, because it meets the trench, you can climb up it.
Yeah, you can do that on modern tanks, can't you?
Well, yeah, but it's not real, Matthew. It's stylised.
Yeah, but like
it's meant to look a little bit like a World War One, isn't it? That sort of
you'd think that the Imperium would be a bit smarter.
Well, maybe, but here we are. Yep. So we've got this. This is a character for the Mechanicum, I think. It's all Horus Heresy, by the way. This is the old school stuff. What do you think of this tech lady thing?
I like her. Don't like him.
You don't like him? Well, I think she's the main part of this.
Because the feather's a bit bigger than him. The feather's massive.
It is a big feather, isn't it? It says, I quite like him as a pair, to be honest. I quite like this model. I think it's good. Yeah. I think I do prefer the Mechanicum that we are seeing as part of the Horus Heresy as opposed to the 40k stuff. I think some of the stuff we're getting is a bit... I prefer the style of it. I think it is better, to be honest. This fella, I like this fella.
He's cool.
Yeah, sort of... he's the leader of the legions that fight alongside the Titans to defend them. He's like the leader of that force.
Wait, Dad, can I just ask?
Yeah.
How do servo skulls work? Are they literally just robots, or are they like people put into them? Consciences.
I don't know. It could be a literal person's skull. I don't know. I suppose I think they're meant to be like robots, but I think it could well have an actual person's skull inside it. Because you're not allowed AI in the Imperium.
Why?
It's banned. AI's bad.
What do you do?
I mean, there's two reasons. The first one is the law reason,
Wait,
which is
a machine spirit is though, isn't that AI?
Oh, sort of. Except that's a machine spirit. It's sort of like power of the machine god. But so there's two. So there was a war against the Men of Iron in the age of darkness, the dark age of technology. The Men of Iron were basically AI, and they almost wiped out humanity. But then humanity wiped them out. But after that, AI was banned. So that's the law reason. The real reason is they stole the law out of Dune and just dropped it straight into Warhammer, much as they did with lots and lots of other lore from all sorts of different places. So there you go.
What did they steal from?
Oh, it's cobbled together from everything. It's all over the place. There's also, this could be a long video if I went through all the things that have been appropriated. But there have been definitely things that were appropriated back in the day. It was quite a thing they did. They've tried to bring it back to its own thing now, but back in the day there was quite a lot of stuff that got, there was basically just appropriated from other places, much like the whole AI being banned for that reason. Which is a takeoff of the Butlerian Jihad, which is off of Dune. Anyway, this fella, I like this model. I think it's a good model. I could get a Mechanicum army in Horus Heresy if only I didn't have so many other things. Or maybe even a Dark Mechanicum army. I do like the Dark Mechanicum, but here we are. Iron Hands, this is the faction that your Uncle Steve is into. This is from Horus Heresy.
Why is he wearing black?
That's the colour they wear.
Is it?
Yeah, the black. Yeah, black armour, quite mechanical. The Iron Hands like sort of bionics and all that sort of thing. Hence this big thingy, tentacly thing. Well, that's true. Well, that's part of the reason. Yeah. So, what do you think of him then?
He's pretty cool. I like him.
I like the Roman style thing on his head, but it's a cog. I quite like that.
It's a bit boring.
Yeah. Would you go for the helmetless version or would you go for the helmeted version?
You're really asking me.
I mean, I know you like helmet. I think actually in this case, I think I prefer helmet off for this model. I usually go for a helmet, but I quite like it with a helmet off.
But then you don't have the Greek thing.
That's true. Well, that's true. You can always use it on a different model. This is Iron Warriors. Not to be mistaken from Iron Hands. No. These are the Chaos aligned faction. Very similar. I think they're also into lots of biblical stuff. I think it's a really good model. I bet it's Forge World resin though.
Probably.
Yeah, Forge World resin. I think this is really good. What do you reckon to him?
I like it.
You like this one? Could you see yourself buying him?
Probably not.
No.
Because he's 4 world resin as well.
Yeah, that is true.
Expensive and hard.
What about this? More up your street, Space Wolves. What do you reckon to this fella?
By any chance is this Forge World resin?
It will be. But what do you think to the model?
It's cool.
You think it's cool? I like this. Caster of Runes. Don't know what role he actually plays.
Why don't they have a Warhammer 40k version of him?
They do have are they called Iron Priests or something? The Space Wolves do have their own sort of. They're a bit like librarians, but they're not librarians. They're quite similar. We should look it up sometime.
We should actually do research with all these.
We should. Well, yeah, this is just a thing that came as an aside. You couldn't really research that. But yeah, I think it's fine. It's a good model. That I like it. Herald consoles. I think these can be used for any different chapter or legion even. These are that's a Sons of Horus and an Imperial Fist, but I think you could do them as any. I like these. I
like the Sons of Horus colour.
Yeah. I don't really like that turquoise colour. I'm not a big fan of it. Although this month's White Dwarf does have a featured army of the Sons of Horus, and the guy's painted it. He's made it look really vibrant, so I really like it. But I'm not always that big a fan of this sort of turquoise. But it's alright. Or I'm sure someone will correct me. It's not turquoise. It's something different because it's quite greeny. A bit more green, I think, than turquoise. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is. I like these. I prefer these to the 40k sort of equivalents you get, which have the big banners. I quite like these. I like the thing with the staff and the little banner going on. I think that's a good look. What do you think?
I like them a lot, actually. I really like that one.
You like the Imperial Fist one? Yeah, I think it's a good model, that as well. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think it's cool. Overseer consoles. Overseer consoles, not oversee. Overseer. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
You're crazy.
Overseer consoles. So these are, again, it can be used for any different legion, generic models. What do you think to these guys? I think these are sort of leader models.
Really like his banner and his head.
Yeah.
I really like his head.
You like his head. It's a bit chaosy, isn't it? I don't think you could use him for a loyalist one. I like this with the sort of Roman thing going on. I think that's cool.
I mean, that's not Greek, but...
Yeah, well, whatever. Well, no, the Roman legions used to have those.
But they weren't usually... They were first used by Greeks.
Oh, okay. Well, these guys apparently...
Greeks were around before Romans, weren't they?
Well, yeah, fair enough. So these guys are the guys who train the new recruits, I think. So they take on the new recruits and guide them through.
I mean, that does make sense. He's pointing.
Water canteen. What do you reckon to that for a water bottle?
I really need that in my life, don't I?
Do you think you want a water bottle?
No.
No.
So I imagine that is about 30 quid.
It will be very expensive. Yeah.
But, and what I could just go and get a piece of paper, do that. Like draw it
do the Aquila
and
on it.
Wrap it round.
Well, I mean, but you'd look cool at school with this, with like the leather cover and that. I think you would. All the kids would be into it. And then finally, we've got the Warhammer Plus stuff. As usual, we've got a battle report, AOS. Looks like there's a bit of a chaos thing going on. There's an Each and Nurgle.
The Great Unclean One.
Yeah, Great Unclean One.
It's Jeff.
Yeah. Scribes and Scriveners, I think this is where they interview one of the authors, and we've got the Mech Boy workshop as we usually do, which is where they get loads of sprues and go at it, kit bashing and all that sort of thing.
We've kit bashed before as well.
We've kit bashed plenty of orcs in our time, haven't we? But yeah, anyway, there we go.
I an orc army, didn't I?
Yeah, this is true. So, what is your favourite out of this week's releases? Just to remind you, we had all these guys for the Horus Heresy.
I like the water bottle.
You like the water bottle? You said you didn't want the water bottle.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I don't like it.
Okay, fair enough.
No, it's not my favourite.
Right, what is your favourite?
Probably these two.
The Herald consoles.
You know what I'd do?
What's that?
Swap his head onto there, and that'd be it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I quite like this sort of chain thing hanging down.
With his private parts.
Yeah. As if all that armour isn't enough.
Yeah.
Same
with him. He's got his covered.
Yeah. No, I think I could just have that model, to be honest. I think my favourite's probably... I think probably one of the Mechanicus things. I like this robot. I think this Siege Automata. Siege Automata. Yeah, I think that's my favourite.
You're crazy.
Anyway, there we go. That was good, wasn't it? Right, yeah. Okie dokie.
Rightio. Since when do you say rightio?
Just now. Just said it. Right, anyway, what are we going to say to the viewers?
Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell.
And all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the things.
Do that. Bye.